Okay, so we're going to do review number 3, which is going to get you ready for Unit two's quiz. And so Unit 2 is about the Gupta, the Tang, and the Sung, and the Greeks, the Romans, of course the Byzantine Empire that comes after that, the Islamic Golden Age, and the European Middle Ages. So we're talking about a lot of different civilizations and time periods in this unit. So again, here are your review tips. Make sure that you understand that these are tips to make your success possible. If we were going to do a thematic essay on this type of unit, it might be a theme of culture and intellectual life. The historical context says throughout history, many cultures have experienced a golden age, when great advances were made in a variety of different fields. The task is to identify two different cultures that experience a golden age, describe the specific achievements, and explain how these achievements continue to influence the modern world. Look at your suggestions. Athens, so that's Greece, in the 5th century, Gupta in India, Islamic world through the 8th through the 12th centuries, the Tang dynasties in China, obviously so on and so on. So a lot of this unit is part of this type of thematic essay. Here is a little bit of a map of the classic civilizations. You see the Mayan civilization here, the Greeks and the Romans, the Han, the Qin, the Gupta, the Maurya, etc. Here we see the Golden Gupta. Part of the reason why they're the Golden Age is that they had very, very intense planned cities, amazing architecture, amazing contributions to math, the concept of zero, the decimal system, the concept of infinity, bone setting, surgery. Literature, art, creativity is their thing. Over here you see some other very good visuals of the Gupta Empire's Golden Age. Then you have the Tang and the Sung dynasties, and you can see there is porcelain, clocks, printing, explosive powder or gunpowder, paper money, use of the compass, and all of these are part of the great contributions of these two dynasties during China's long, long history of achievements. The Greeks and the Romans is also called the Greco-Roman tradition. And I liked this Venn diagram because it took this idea of the Parthenon, the Olympics, pottery, democracy. That's the Greek contributions. Whereas the Romans conquered the Greeks and said basically, whatever you can do, we can do better. And so they improved upon things and they made aqueducts and they created a republic and they built large structures like the Colosseum. Of course, also we have things that are in common. Their idea of a pantheon of gods, their majestic beauty of the area, agriculture, grapes, olives, that's such a thing. Then, of course, we have the Vandals, the Visigoths, the Huns. All of these lines represent Germanic barbaric tribes that came in and took advantage of how Rome was starting to fall anyway. And of course, the Western Roman Empire, as we know it as Europe, falls, and the Eastern Empire, with its capital Constantinople, Byzantine Empire, thrives. Trade is so important to this thriving part of the Byzantine Empire. And because it is the crossroads of Europe here, it does increase contact with the Russians, with the Persians, obviously the Middle East, North Africa, and into Europe, especially the Balkan Peninsula right here. So in the Byzantine Empire's graphic organizer here, you see the Justinian Code, which is very much like the Law of the 12 Tables, the continuation of the Greco-Roman tradition, Orthodox Christianity, which is a little different than the Roman Catholic Church, but it's still Christian, the capital city of Constantinople, and the Hagia Sophia, which is one of the great examples of beautiful architecture of the Byzantine Empire. During this time, we have the Golden Islamic Age in science, math, art, and geography. In science, you have astronomy, optics, medicine, Arabic numerals, algebra, calligraphy, architecture, and of course, this idea that they really do conquer a great deal of territory outlined here. The medieval life in Europe is really so focused on, oh no, the Roman Empire has fallen. What kind of structure can we have? And so the Roman Catholic Church becomes a huge piece of structure for the European Middle Ages. So I have here not golden, but not always the Dark Ages. There are some things that happen. So the Roman Catholic Church is huge during this time of 500 to 1300. Gothic architecture, everything pointed towards heaven. There are some technological improvements in the High Middle Ages, like the iron plow, the three-field system. Also, trade fairs grow as trade starts to increase in the later Middle Ages or the High Middle Ages, and universities begin. But much of the medieval period is dominated by feudalism. Feudalism is a political system, it's an economic system. The economic system is the life on the manor, but most of it is a social system. Everyone has a role. The king, the lord, the knights, the peasants. And you can see this is all explaining the roles of feudalism. The economic place is the manor, where everyone is tied to the land and what the land can produce. Feudalism will slowly go away in the Renaissance and will last in France, really, in some ways, till the French Revolution of 1789. Okay, let's do some practice. Which geographic factor contributed to the formation of independent city-states in ancient Greece? Tropical rainforests, fertile lands, farmland, navigable rivers, or mountainous topography? Remember, like Mount Olympus. You guessed it, mountainous topography. Both the Han and the Roman Empire were known for 1. Developing decentralized political structures, having governments dominated by a merchant class, using examinations to select officials, or having long periods of stable government. Golden Ages need long periods of stable government, just like England needed it for the Industrial Revolution. The Golden Age of India's Gupta Empire is known for its development of gunpowder, sea trade routes to Europe, acceptance of Christianity as an official religion, advancements in mathematics and medicine. The Golden Gupta, math and science, math and medicine. The strategic location of the Byzantine Empire allowed control of the key trade routes between the South China Sea and the Strait of Malacca, Caspian Sea and the Indian Ocean, North Sea and the English Channel, or the Black Sea and the Mediterranean Sea. Black Sea and the Mediterranean Sea. And remember, there are straits, the Bosporus and the Dardanelles, which are important. Which achievements are most closely associated with the Golden Age of Islamic culture? Would it be mosques, medical books and algebra, gunpowder, pagodas and silk, aqueducts, roads, and polytheistic temples, columns, and theory? Mosques, medical books, and algebra. Which statement accurately describes the actions of Muslims during the Crusades? Most Muslims converted to Christianity. Muslims attacked and conquered Constantinople. Muslims defended Jerusalem because it was sacred to them. Many Muslims visited Europe for the first time to obtain luxury goods. The answer here is that the Crusades are history's most successful failure. And so what is this happening? What is happening because of this? Is because the Muslims are going to trade. And so they're going to visit Europe. So the answer is 4. A major impact of the Greek and Roman empires on Western civilization was that the Greeks and the Romans had a classless society. Greek and Roman art, architecture, and achievements were much admired and copied. Greek and Roman transmitted Islamic philosophy. Greek and Latin are still widely spoken today. We've seen this question before. The answer is 2. Greek and Roman art, architecture, and achievement were much admired and copied. Okay, so again, going back to this thematic essay, you could then block 2 different cultures, specific achievements, and how these achievements continue to influence the modern world. Okay, that's it. Thanks.